Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shelly and we're starting with another face of nothingness because today I wanted to try a couple different things. I wanted to try for you guys because I've been trying it, the new Jaclyn Cosmetics skin tint, skin perfecting, whatever it is. I've used it a few times. I've used it a number of times and I've tried it different ways. So today I'm gonna try it maybe underneath a different foundation and we're gonna see how it works. This is a new experiment because like I said, I've tried it. I tried to apply it with fingers. I tried to apply it with a brush, like a kabuki style dry brush. I've tried to apply it with a damp beauty blender. I've tried to apply it over like my normal regular skincare, and I'm just struggling with it. So I'm not ready to give up on it yet. We're gonna see. It's not really meant to be a tinted moisturizer or it's more meant to be like a primer type thing. We'll try it as a primer today. Anyway, and then I'm super excited because I had picked up this palette. This is from Nikki Tutorials. This is the palette she did in collaboration with Beauty Bay. And during one of my Beauty Bay purchases, I picked up this palette and it's big and fun, and I'm really curious if this is a similar quality to the other Beauty Bay, but it's big and fun. Should I do 3 looks? Maybe we'll do 3 looks of this after we try the Jaclyn. So if you're interested in any of this kind of content, please stick around. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little lip balm on right now since it's gonna be a bit before I put lip products on. And we're gonna just start with this Jaclyn primer. I'm gonna put a little bit of it on the back of my hand. I've got 2 pumps, which is way more than is needed. I think I'm gonna just try it with a damp beauty sponge right now to start with, and we'll just see how that looks on my skin. I did use a little bit of a heavier moisturizer this morning, so I'm hoping it'll look okay. I think, I don't know. Have you guys tried this at all yet? I didn't buy the concealer because I didn't hear very good things about it, but I heard a couple people actually do okay with the skin tint. I don't even know what it's called. Is it a skin tint? Hold please. Yeah, Skin Perfecting Blurring Tint. I got mine in the shade Light Medium, and I think she didn't come out with a huge selection of shades, mainly because she wanted to, I think because it's adjusting. It adjusts for different skin tones a little bit, or it's because it's so sheer. It's not a requirement to have an exact match. I don't know. So with it saying that it's skin perfecting, I have found that it sits on my skin and my skin looks very cracked before too long. Yeah, see, like it's sitting right in here. So now I'm just kind of like wiping it away. Yeah, it's like sitting into my pores, and I didn't realize I had pores out here. I don't know what to do with this, you guys. So we'll put another product on the top of it, like I said earlier. But as far as a product that you could just put on for work from home, or you just want something a little bit light to cover things up, this just isn't really working for me. And I feel so bad because I probably give Jaclyn Hill products more of the benefit of the doubt than a lot of people do. And I feel bad that I spent money on this because it just isn't really working for me. I'm gonna apply a little bit under my eyes with a finger. Not that I think it's gonna make a difference, but I am so discolored right now. I'm not really sure. I must not have slept very well. Feeling a little dark and even more crepey. So let's just see how this sits under my eyes directly. We'll give it a second and just see how that is. But I don't know if you guys can tell that I even have it on right now. I feel like I had to kind of, I don't know, I want to like this, you guys, and it's just, I'm just not sure it's the right thing. Okay, I don't know which foundation should I use. You know what? I'm gonna use the Ordinary foundation. This is their serum foundation because it's kind of, you know, lightweight, and I don't really want to be too caked on anyway. But we'll just try a little bit of this. Gonna tap it on over the top of Jaclyn's Skin Perfecting Blurring Tint, whatever we're gonna call it. I have had very good luck with this Ordinary foundation. So I think that's the reason why that's the reason why I wanted to try it right now, because I do enjoy the way that foundation looks on my skin, and it's certainly not very expensive. Actually, I really do. For a budget-friendly line, Ordinary makes some great products. I actually used a little bit of the caffeine eye serum today. Like I said, my eyes were looking a little extra puffy, and I don't use it as much as I should. I think I've seen the best results when I use it on an ongoing basis. All right, I feel like I'm at least got a consistent color on my skin right now, which is nice. How does that? Yeah, I'm seeing that it's like it's sitting so weird into any pores that I have, and not like, I'm not even so much worried about the pores right here where I normally have them, but just like pores in places that I'm not used to seeing them, I guess. Like up in here and like right in through here. I don't normally even notice pores back there. So we're gonna leave that the way it is right now. I'm gonna go back into, let's just use a little bronzer and blush, and then we'll just kind of bring it on. Give me a second. I'm gonna get this done and I'll be right back. Okay, blush is on, or sorry, bronzer's on. I mean, actually, stop talking. Okay, you guys, back. I've got a little bit of the List bronzer on and a little bit of a Makeup Revolution, I Heart Revolution Peach and Glow. I just used the darkest shade as blush. Moving on, let's get into this palette here. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna do what I normally do, which is I'll do one look on one eye and one on the other eye, and then I'll take it off and then do a third and final look with both. What eyelid primer do I wanna use? I think I'm just gonna use the Thank Me Later eyelid. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna actually use the Beauty Bay eyelid primer because palette I think is from Beauty Bay, right? So let's just throw a little of this on. How are you guys doing? Is everybody doing well right now? Is everybody healthy? Are you guys reaching your 2022 goals? I don't think I've even finished thinking about 2021 yet. I saw a headline in a newsletter that I read pretty regularly that said how to make 2021 trends work for 2022, and I'm like, oh, are we worried about last year's trends? This is a really fun palette. There are 20 shades in this palette. There's 2 mirrors. One of the mirrors says I am me, the other one says you are you. If you are not familiar with Nikki Tutorials, she has been around for a long time. I think she's been on YouTube for, I want to say at least 11 years. I didn't go back in and look. But I would think that she's been on, I think she's been on since she was pretty young. My nose looks a little red in the thing. We'll have to fix that. But she's done several collabs with different things. I don't watch all of her videos. I think her artistry is really spectacular, but it's not everyday wear makeup for me. So this palette has a lot of like bold colors and not a ton of neutrals. You have this one. You have this, which is kind of almost like a little bit of a yellowish brown. And then you got one that almost looks like it has a green undertone to it and some really bright, fun colors. I really want to do a look that is going to be completely out of my comfort zone because I want to see what it looks like. And I think this is the kind of palette you use for fun like that. I think I want to stick to, yeah, okay. So we're going to do 2 really colorful looks right now and just see, because I think sometimes I go, oh yeah, I'm going to do a really colorful look, and then I chicken out. So we're gonna try something here. Let's just go, we'll go all in. I'm gonna try this shadow right here, which is called Plot Twist. And we're gonna do this over here. Okay, on first application, that's a little sheerer than I thought it was gonna be, so I didn't tap off the second time I went into it. Yeah, this almost has like that 60s baby blue vibe to it. So if you're gonna do like a mod look, okay. This might actually be kind of a fun inner corner highlight too, like a lighter shade for the inner corner if you are somebody who's prone to doing that. I'm gonna use this royal purple in here called Amsterdam, which I think Nikki Tutorials is from the Netherlands, maybe. I actually like Amsterdam. I like the history and it's cute. The airport is big. The first time I was in Amsterdam, I stayed at there's like a Hilton right there at Schiphol Airport, and it's like attached to it. So that was kind of fun. I went there and I had a little bit of time to kill. So I actually I took the train into town and walked around a little bit, did like one of the canal cruises, like a tour type cruise, and did the Anne Frank house and, you know, just some of the touristy things. I had enough time to kill for all that. It was actually kind of cool. It was a really fun city. I know it's ridiculously expensive to live there. My husband, we've gone through the airport together, but he's never been in Amsterdam. And we've talked about spending some extended periods of time over in Scotland. And when you fly in and out of Edinburgh, it's a super short flight. It's only like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and it's not very expensive. I think things just get a lot less expensive once you're over there to get into the continent. So yeah. There's my Amsterdam story. I think they were one of the countries that really tried to go for like herd immunity early in the COVID thing. Okay, so off the top, I mean, I've literally used 2 shades and they've blended very, very well together. And I really like that. That purple color is more like almost looks indigo. I'm gonna build it up just a little bit more down here. But wow, that's really a stunning eyeshadow. The formula, and I think right now I'm discovering that the formula for this is kind of spot on to what I would think, what I would expect from Beauty Bay. I'm gonna take this shimmer right here, kind of a little crumbly. It's called Mama Tutorials. Apply that lid, the movable portion of the lid here. I think this is one of those palette that my husband would refer to as a sex club palette because it's so bold. Not because we've ever been to a sex club, but because the colors are so vibrant and bold. Did get a little transfer with both the purples and that shimmer. Yeah, I've got transfer all down here right now. So doing my base layer first, my foundation, not the smartest thing. I'm gonna take a clean brush here and see if I can't dust off the majority of that. How did that work? All right. I do still have transfer even despite dusting it off a little bit, but that's okay. This isn't staying on all day, right? I like the way that looks. I want to grab a little finer brush and I'm going to take this bright shade right here called Ivy as kind of like a inner corner. I know I have that other light blue shimmer too, but I thought maybe we'll just kind of ombre this a little bit. Bring it up into, as Allie Glenn's calling a little scoopity boop. So the shimmers seem a little chunky, the two that I've tried now. I would keep that in mind. But the matte, super saturated and blended really, really well. That's very fun. Okay, I'm gonna do a black liquid liner over here. I'm not gonna go all the way in just because I think this is so dramatic. Why wouldn't you? Black liquid eyeliner. I find myself using a black liquid or a felt tip liner mainly on two occasions. One, when I've got a super dramatic look, or when I've got like a pastel and I need something to give that pastel a little bit more substantial base, if that makes sense. I think I'm just gonna stick with this dark blue on the far outside here, purpley blue indigo shade. There, I'm gonna clean out that same brush and go into that same light blue that I started with. What's this light blue called? Plot Twist, this right. All right, let me get some mascara on because this is looking a little crazy right now. I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, look number one with the Nikki Tutorials. What is she called this? Does she have a name for it? Yeah, I'm not really sure. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, Nikki Tutorials X Beauty Bay. It doesn't, I don't think I don't have a like palette name on it. I think this is kind of like the whole duality thing, like what Raw Beauty Christie did. Anyway, with, what did she do that with? Pure Cosmetics, I think she did. Anyway, this is the first look I came up with. And I actually really like it. I know it's hard to see when, and I need to do a little bit of cleanup, obviously, because I had that transfer, but I really love the shadows. Beauty Bay does some really, really beautiful formula, and they're not expensive. I think when I did my last Beauty Bay haul, this was the most expensive item that I purchased, and I want to think it was like $34 maybe US. I don't remember exactly, but I really like it. Okay, we're gonna do something a little scary on this side too. I kind of want to start with this sort of apricot-y color, which isn't by itself a crazy color. Oh, that's actually really pretty. You know, for a rainbow palette, it always seems like with the rainbow palettes, there's always some shades that it's just like, ugh, I'm never gonna use that. This palette, on first glance, is full of, I'm never gonna wear these colors. But then you actually try them, you put them on, and then you're like, maybe I will wear these colors. This is hardcore date night. I don't mean hardcore. This is rockstar date night. This is I'm having a hard time imagining this look in a regular everyday instance. And look how different sizes my eyes look. Okay. All right, we're gonna take this bright green right here, which again is one of those scary colors, but it's really one of those shades that I find myself really reaching for, not as an eyeshadow, but as a piece of clothing, this kind of almost like a Kelly green. I'm just kind of putting that on the outer half of my crease and up a little bit, and then I'm dragging it down below because I'm gonna layer another color on top, but I wanna have that kind of peeking out here. So the green is actually really pretty. Gosh, their formula of their mattes is really, really nice. And I did use the Beauty Bay eyelid primer. There's two shades that are very similar in the sense that they're both shimmers. The first one that I used is called Ooh. Then the second one was, the first kind of apricot color I used was called Zomer. I don't know what that means. And then Ooh, EW. I think that was the green. And I don't remember why she named all these other ones. There's two other shades that I kind of really want to try. Maybe I'll do both of them. One's called Aura. One of them's called Roxy Catan. So I'm going to take Aura, this apricot shimmer. Hold on, I have to clean my finger off. I'm going to actually use it on my finger again like I did last time because I think it applied very well. My finger's just a little bit damp, which means I probably just hard panned that. Wow, super pretty though. Wow. Okay, yeah, that's beautiful shimmer. It's just, and it's very metallic-y pretty, but it comes across as so crumbly when you first go to apply it, when you first dip your finger into it. Okay, I'm taking the next one, which over here it's called Roxy Catan, and I'm gonna put that on the inside here. I'm just gonna tap it up a little bit, probably higher than I would normally. I really wanna bring that lightness to the inner part of my lid. Okay, now I need something along the outside to kind of ground it. So I'm gonna take, I kind of wanna take that blue again. I know that seems a little excessive, but I think that's the color that I would put down here along the outside and over the top. It should just kind of give it some depth and drama. Yeah, and I'm kind of keeping it down a little bit low because I want that green on top. I probably didn't bring you guys close enough, did I? How am I doing with the fallout? Yeah, I have some green and some blue, but the shades are really pretty. This is giving me like 80s pop vibe. All right, let me put some mascara on. I'll be right back. Mascara's on. Look number 2, and it is all kinds of bright, colorful summer shades, honestly, if you look at that. I don't know that our summer is gonna be doing bright, bold colors like that. Maybe. The peach is kind of a little bit of a sweet grounding to the blues and the greens. I actually think that's a lot of fun. That might be something that I would actually wear out and about now that I've got it on my eyelids. I didn't do a whole lot inner corner or down below. I'm gonna take this off. We're gonna come back and do, now I kind of wanna do 2 more looks. I think I'm gonna do 2 more looks. I know it's hard to look at me when I've got 2 different eyeshadows on, but we're gonna do 2 more looks. So give me just a moment, I'll be right back. Okay, back all cleaned up. Same eyelid primer, that Beauty Bay eyelid primer. I do have some glitter all over the place, but you know, that's kind of to be expected. I am dipping heavily into, you know, each row. There's some of these shades that are so pretty, and some of them are just a little bit off. Like they're not what you expect. This isn't like a box of Crayola. This is a little bit more artistic than that. I'm gonna take this one right here called, I think it's called Mila. And it almost looks like a little bit of a, it's like a yellowy brown. You guys are gonna have to tell me when I'm done with this if you like any of these a little bit more creative shades. I'm gonna take that all over. Wow, you know what? If there's a shade in here, one of, you know, 2 or 3 shades that I can see just wearing for almost like a simple everyday kind of work look, that might be one of them. But you guys have to let me know if I do a look that you're like, oh my gosh, that's either looks really good on me or inspires you in some way. Tell me what that one is. Okay, so that one was Mila. I'm gonna talk to 5 a.m. right here, which I'm just gonna grab that same brush that I was just using. I'm just gonna grab that just in the tip of it. Let's kind of just deepen up this crease a little bit. And this look that I'm doing on this eye, I'm trying to keep it to more like a quad of shades that are all kind of together. Maybe that's how she designed this. I'm trying to look and see like which way makes more sense, because I'm not a particularly artistic person. I almost said autistic. I'm not a particularly artistic person. And if they don't tell me the paint by numbers of what to do and where, sometimes my brain doesn't put them together like I should. But these 4 shades right here, at least these 3, really seem to be cohesive to me. So I'm gonna grab the burgundy one in here called Slasher. And there is quite a bit of kick up in the mattes. However, like I've said so far, they are so easy to blend and they're not coming across as being patchy or anything like that, which is what I noticed the couple other times I've played with Beauty Bay eyeshadow palettes on this channel. Wow, that's really pretty. It gives me kind of like a fall vibe here. I'm taking a clean brush to sort of buff that in. Yeah, I'm pleased with these, the quality of these shades. Okay, there are several, I'm gonna swatch these really fast. There's several shades that look very similar. I figured out which one I want. I'm gonna use the shade called Underground, this one right here, which is not as metallic-y, I think, as some of the other ones, but it is almost like a taupe undertone, and I didn't realize that when I was first looking at it in the pan. Kind of has that sort of gray taupe silver kind of quality to it. Super pretty. Wow. All right, that's a completely appropriate eyeshadow combination. Okay, I'm gonna go back into the same Mila color, which is the first one that I used. And I'm just gonna bring it a little bit higher. So it has that hood a little bit. I'm gonna take the darker brown, the 5 a.m. shade, and that's what I'm gonna use underneath here. And that taupey shimmer that I used called Underground, that did transfer all the way down here. I've got shimmer all the way down here now. And I'm gonna take the Mila shade and we're just gonna go just kind of over the top of it because I want to soften that up just a little bit. Because there's so much kick up in it, I'm getting a little bit in my contact. Kind of would expect that. I think this says Alien, this shade right here. Oh, so glittery. Yeah, probably didn't need that. There's one more shade that I think is probably gonna be my favorite, and that's this green down here. It's called Mr. Tutorials. Anyway, let me put some mascara on and we'll button this one up. Okay, this one on this side, number 3, ended up being significantly more normal than I thought it was going to. I don't know that the Alien shade was the right one to use in the inner corner because it's so glittery, but the taupe and that burgundy color and even the orangey colors I think are actually really pretty. I don't know why I love the fall eyeshadows so much, but I do. All right, so now we're down to some other shades in here that are really bright. We have an orange, we have a pink, we have a bright yellow, we have a red. I'm gonna start with red. I'm gonna start with the red because I think that's gonna be the color that I wanna blend other colors into. So I'm just gonna start kind of at a triangle here on the outside. Wow, and if you're gonna do a red pigmented eyeshadow, that's pretty bold. Okay, so far so good. Let's do the pink next, and this one's called Blend and Snap, this pink right here. Lots and lots of kick up. Would you really do pink and red next to each other? We are because this is your rainbow palette, right? Have to see. Wow, that is hot pink, hot pink. Next we're going to go into the orange, which is called Redemption. And yep, lots of kick up still. And I'm putting that next to the pink. I've never done a rainbow striped eyeshadow look before, ever. Okay. Now I'm gonna go into this last one is called VLA. I don't know what that means. You guys leave me a comment down below. I know what VLA means. Center all the way in. None of those are shimmers. They are all mattes. Okay, got them swiped in there. Now I'm gonna clean off my brush a little bit and I'm just gonna kind of buff that top edge ever so slightly. And I kind of wanna buff in colors too. I think I need to bring that red in a little more because I think I kind of lose the shape and it ends up kind of pulling it down a little bit, and that's not what we want. I don't know how I'm feeling about this. You guys tell me what you guys think about these. They're super pigmented. Super pigmented. This is an example of another black eyeliner situation. I didn't use any eyeliner on this side at all, and I probably wouldn't with as dark as those shadows are. But this side, I think I need something a little bit more graphic to ground those super saturated. Not even, I mean, that orange, I guess could technically be a pastel. See how different that is. Okay, now I feel like I need something in the inner corner. I'm gonna use this pink down here, this pink shimmer. It's like a duochrome type pink shimmer. I haven't used that one yet, so I'm gonna grab it on a little tiny brush here. Pick up. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Wow. These shimmers are very metallic-y, shimmery, pretty. I'm gonna take the actual plum color that I used on the other eye, and we're gonna put that down here. You know what? I'm gonna grab this sort of apricot-y shade that I used on the other eye, and we're gonna put it down here. Maybe too many colors on one eyelid for a normal, regular, everyday look, but let me put some mascara on and we'll see what the final result looks like. We're back. I can tell you in looking at these shades, number one, the mattes blend in so beautifully. The mattes are really spectacular, actually. They're saturated, they're rich shade, they blend in. They lend towards creativity, and I'm not usually an overly creative person with my eyeshadow, believe it or not. I think the thing that I've discovered about this palette, and there's a lot of options, right? We have 8 of the 20 are shimmery, metallic, you know, fun, special colors. The other mattes in here, you have one neutral, and I didn't use it. Like one true neutral. I think you could do this, and this, and be very beautiful. Would seem like it would be like a normal everyday kind of look. The thing that I'm struggling with here is I almost feel like I want to pair up a matte and a shimmer. Like, I want to pair these two 100%. I want to pair these two. I want to pair these two. And I maybe even want to pair these two together, but that seems strange. These two definitely. Might consider these two. These two. Did I already say that one? There's a number of these two. I really want to pair like a matte with a shimmer over the top. Maybe even a cut crease with some concealer or something else so that the flecks of the glittery metallic-y has something to stick to so you don't get it to transfer so much down here. This is really fun, and I think I really like this fuchsia color right here that I wouldn't have even considered, but now I kind of want to do just like a simple bold eyeshadow with a black liner and black mascara as being a super interesting, different, fun, warm weather, sunny, I don't know. This is kind of like grungy and rich and smoky and sultry. This is just all of these looks are ones that I would struggle to feel comfortable leaving the house in. Maybe not this one so much. I think you have to have a lot of personality and a lot of confidence to do this as a lady of a certain age. Now, keep in mind, I'm not a makeup artist, but the quality of these eyeshadows, if you are a makeup artist and you do the creative, yeah, I mean, if you have a lot of time to be super creative, then this gives you a whole boatload of creativity. If you are somebody who is a neutral lover, this isn't your palette. But if you're somebody who has a collection of neutral shadows and you want a palette that's going to give you something that really pushes your comfort zone for the price point and for the quality, especially of the mattes with the shade range of the shimmers, this is a good palette. I don't know. This is an intimidating palette for me. I've had it for a little while and I haven't played with it yet because I was nervous, with every right to be nervous when I look at these shadows. They're fun though. All right, you guys, that's it for today's video. Let me know if you guys picked this up or if it was just too intimidating and too much out of your comfort zone, or if you found that this has become one of your go-to everyday palettes and you can't imagine life without it. So, all right, you guys, I hope you guys are doing really well, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hope you guys are doing really, really well, and I mean that sincerely, and I hope to see you guys around my next video. So until my next video, bye for now.